Alright guys, so welcome back to video number 2 on the Chevy Impala build. We got the car in the garage here. We got the engine all assembled, everything hooked back up. So I know we didn't do an engine start last time. I think last time on the last video we had just got it in. But we got everything hooked up. And let's start it up and let me show you guys how it's running. Alright, so we do got a check engine light on, but we're running. Don't sound bad, it's running really good. Was able to take down the street, everything's doing good. We're not overheating, we're not leaking any oil. We did do a new transmission pan gasket filter. We did have one of the connections going into the transmission. The connector was leaking. We had to replace that. But as far as the engine, we haven't had to do anything. Everything's good. None of the gaskets seem to be leaking. So what I'm going to do in this video is we are going to do a power wash of the engine. We're going to do some brake pads on the front. Our front brake pads are bad. We're going to do a hub bearing on the driver's side. It's bad. So we're going to get those things changed out. We're going to get it moved out of the garage. We're going to power wash the motor down. I always like to sell my cars as clean as possible. We did put a new muffler on. I did that off of video. It only took about 10 minutes. And then we're going to do another video after this of the interior detail, because it is pretty dirty. Like I said, I like to sell my cars as clean as possible. Everybody wants to buy a clean car, so I know we really probably can't see that too well. But she's pretty dirty. Lots of stuff in there. As far as heavy stains, there really isn't any. The seats aren't too bad. But we're going to get this thing jacked in the air. We're going to take these front tires off, and we're going to get started on changing up the bearing and then the brake pads. So let's get to it. We're about to take this hub out. Now what you're going to have to do is we're going to have to remove our caliper. We're going to have to move our bracket. The rotor's got to come off. On the rotor, we've got a little Torx here. Screw. I believe it's a 30. That has to come out. And then back here, I don't know if we can see it, but there's one of our bolts right there. We've got, I believe, 4. Maybe it's just 3. I think it's just 3, but they need to come out. And then you're going to pull this axle nut off and push the CV shaft in, and then hopefully this hub comes out of the spindle there pretty easily. We'll find out once we get that tore down. But what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to put a little heat on this, because sometimes they can be in there pretty good. I've already put some WD-40 on it, but the heat's going to help the metal sort of shrink up a little bit, come out a little easier. WD-40 gets in there, gets into them threads. There we go. That one came out nice and easy. Last thing you want is that to strip out, because if it does strip out, then you're gonna have to drill your rotor. But we're gonna get to taking off these the caliper, the hub nut here, or the axle nut, and then the 4 bolts back in the back, and hopefully this thing will come out very easily. And then we'll put our new pads on the caliper, put the new hub bearing in, and switch the other side. All right. Alright, so we got our caliper off, we got our rotor off. You always want to suspend your caliper. Usually I'll I'll just hook it to the strut there. Usually I'll take a brake hose, metal line. I'll do a little S-bend in it. You always want to do that though, so you don't stress out that rubber hose right there. You don't want that to break. You don't want to do any damage to it. But we got everything tore down. What we're going to do is we're going to take this axle nut off. And then we got 3 bolts back here that we're going to loosen up. And hopefully this hub's going to come out pretty easily. There is a couple different things we can do if it doesn't. But hopefully we're not going to have to do that. But what you want to do is a lot of people ain't going to have that socket for the axle nut. So AutoZone here, you can rent this, I think it was $100. You rent it, you can take it right back after you're done with it. But it's got a whole assortment of sockets. I believe this one's probably going to be a 35. Maybe not. 34. Okay. So let's hit some air on this thing and see if we can get it out. Alright. She is out. And we're going to give it a little tap. And she's actually moving. Alright. Alright guys, she's freed up. Now sometimes you'll have a situation where that does not want to come out. Sometimes I'll throw a little heat on it, I'll throw a little WD-40 in it. Sometimes if that does not work, what you're going to do is I got this puller. And what you can do is you can hook it up through here, adjust it out, hook to the flanges here, and it will actually push that in. Excuse me. But this time we didn't have to do that. I think she's going to be okay. So we're going to get these 3 bolts out and we're going to see if we can get this hub off of here. Alright, so we got our bolts out. They're sitting over there. Didn't come out too bad. Did have to put a little bit of heat on them. But we actually got decent separation going on here. And then we can pick that up. I think we can see that. So I'm going to hit this thing a little bit more with the sledgehammer and see if we can't get it to just pop right on out. Let's try not to beat our dust shield up too much there though. It's becoming an unfortunate casualty here. There we go. Alright, so that hub bearing is out and is warm. There we go. She's coming. There we go, she's out. Alright. So guys, it's easy as that. She is out. And we're going to get the new one in. And that doesn't look like everything came out with it. Looks like maybe our bearing, or part of it. Yeah, we still got part of it in there. But that shouldn't be too much. We should be able to just beat that right out too. So okay, we'll be back. Yeah, we'll be back with the new one. Well, I was looking at there, the back case. The back cover, dust cover, you can see, came off as I was knocking it out of there. But still, that's just a little bit of pressed metal. That's not going to be hard to take off. So I'm going to get that out of there. And then we'll get the new one put in. Alright. So we got a new hub on. See that? We got our new brake pads on. What I'm doing right now is I am pushing the pistons back on the caliper. When you do that, you want to make sure you take your reservoir cap off. So you're going to get fluid to push back up into your master cylinder. What I usually do is just take my old brake pad, flip it around, and use that to compress both the pistons. This is a dual piston caliper. So we got to compress both those pistons back and reattach the caliper. Then on the other side, we're just doing brake pads. The hub bearing on that side's good. so we're not gonna have to do that. So yeah, we're gonna get this all finished up. We're gonna go over there. We're gonna pull that caliper off. Probably take about 5 minutes to change everything out, and then we're going to start power washing this motor, getting it cleaned up. Okay. Alright guys, we are in the Lumina, the auction Lumina. We're about to take her down the road, give it a little test drive. We got the bearing done, we got the brake pads on. I did run a code to try to get that check engine light resolved. What I found first was there was a evap situation. It was either saying it was the gas tank, or the gas cap I should say, or the purge valve. So I tightened the gas tank, the gas cap up, lubed up the seal, put it back in, went to go clear the code out. Code clears out, comes right back in about 3 seconds. So I climbed underneath, found the canister, actually found the wire unplugged to the solenoid. Had to get a new plug because it was corroded and would not plug back in. So that's one of the things I picked up yesterday at the junkyard. Put that in, wired it in, plugged it up, and went to go clear the code. Now I'm getting a different code. It is for the valve itself. So we probably got to change that valve out. That'll clear up that. But we're gonna take this car down the road. See how she rides. I'll take you guys with me. And I gotta say, it is a beautiful day here in Ohio. It has been about 9-10 days of endless clouds. We've got the power washer out there ready to power wash the motor as soon as we get back. And anyways, today it is a beautiful sunny day. So I'm gonna hurry up and get this engine power washed, and then I'm gonna take that Corvette out for a little bit. But what I'm doing now is I'm gonna take this down the road. Like I said, check that bearing, make sure everything's good. And then what I like to do is get the engines heated up some. That way when you're power washing, everything comes off a little easier. It gets all the grease and everything heated up. God, this thing's dusty. But as you can see, the Impala's riding really nice. It's tracking nice and straight. We're shifting through all of our gears. We're doing 60 miles an hour. Just drop down into overdrive. This is going to be a nice car for somebody. Brakes are nice and smooth now. Steering feels a lot better. You can definitely feel that bad bearing. It was definitely a little loud, a little loose. As you can see, guys, she's running really nice. Much quieter with that new muffler. But she's shifting right through her gears. I think this is going to make somebody a really nice car. But we're going to turn around here, and I'm going to come back when we're power washing this motor. Alright guys, so we're going to do a little bit of a before shot. And then we're going to go right to this after. Alright guys, in the magic of video, boom, clean motor. That took about 10 minutes power washing. Look at that, that almost looks like a nice new engine. I mean, it is new to this car, but everything's nice and clean. Everything looks really pretty, but we got our cover on there. This is how I like to sell my cars. This is how I like them to look. Everybody wants a nice clean car. But yeah, that's it. That's her all cleaned up. And you always want to make sure you get underneath the hood too. Make sure you clean up underneath that. Alright everybody, that is going to wrap up this video. If you like this video, please give me a like. Share the video, get it out there. Subscribe to the channel. I want to thank each and every one of the subscribers I have right now. Thank you very much for subscribing to the channel. The next video we're going to have in the Impala build will probably be the detail of the interior. After that, she's going to be ready for sale. All the mechanicals are sorted out. She's running really good. So I'm really happy to have it done and get a good car to somebody. So yeah, just keep watching these videos. Check me out on Instagram. I have an Instagram page. It is T.C.B. Garage 1974. So give that a look. And yeah, thank you again, everybody, for subscribing. And everybody have a good one. I'm gonna get out here and enjoy this beautiful day. Bye.